There is a security camera that's shaking up the neighborhood, and as one dispute is posted on the internet, and who's at fault if you get injured on a roller coaster?
Julissa checked in with the guys at Del Rio and Caraway to find out for today's edition of Sidebar.
It is time for your Sidebar this morning. Back here, Del Rio and Caraway, good morning to you, Dan and Chuck. All right, we've got two interesting stories here, okay? This first one, I feel like a lot of people can relate. A lot of us have security cameras on our homes to protect what may happen, right? We've got that on video. So a TikToker actually posted a video claiming that her neighbor posted the camera and that it's actually directed into her space, right? So let's talk about it. What's the legality here?
So this is becoming more and more of a common thing. You have doorbell cameras, home security cameras. They're sold by major cable companies now. It's integrated in security systems. The issue is you obviously have a right of privacy and the right to protect your privacy in your own home. That's what surveillance cameras are for. On the other hand, there is a competing interest when it seems to be angled, such as in this case apparently, directly towards the window of someone else's home. What it comes down to is, does that person have a reasonable expectation of privacy? A normal surveillance camera goes ahead and may get your front yard and let's say part of the street or the sidewalk. A person does not have much of a reasonable expectation of privacy when they're out in public on the sidewalk or street. Now, take that where it's, let's say it's on the side of your house and goes directly into someone's window. They obviously have a reasonable expectation of privacy in their own home. This becomes the issue. So now there's a conflict. Your interest versus their interest. Within their own home, their interest is probably going to trump if you don't have a very good reason.
Okay,
So.
all right. And of course, that added measure, though, of putting it on social media, I feel like we're at such a different time, right?
Right. I mean, probably the reasonable thing would have been just to simply ask them, hey, would you move it? If not, I got to tell you, curtains would have been a lot cheaper. You know?
Right. Absolutely. Okay, this next story, this happened at an amusement park. This is in Utah, right? A man goes with his family to enjoy a day at an amusement park, gets on a roller coaster. He's a paraplegic man. His foot severely injured on this roller coaster, and now he is suing the amusement park for them to pay his medical bills. So who should be paying these?
So first, it's important to note that this is a Utah case, and tort law, which is the law you would apply here, is state specific. So we're going to apply California law to it, even though it's a Utah case. The seminal case, the most important case for this is Gomez versus Superior Court. And basically what you have to look at is, you would assume that a person that gets onto a roller coaster would be assuming the risk of what's going to happen on that roller coaster. But that's not always the case. If this was bumper cars or something like that where they're operating it, then you would say, okay, they're assuming the risk, they're operating the vehicle themselves.
Got it.
Therefore, you can't sue if you're injured in a normal injury that would occur with regards to bumper cars.
Okay.
But that's not what this is. This is a roller coaster. It's called Wicked. And what it is, it's a seated roller coaster where you pull a lap thing onto yourself. And then
usually someone helps to strap you in.
Absolutely, the operator does.
Right.
This one's open in the front, and this person that has paraplegic, he gets in, and they don't properly secure his legs, and as a result of that, his leg gets very injured. And so he's asking for compensation for that injury, and the question is, can he be compensated for that? Well, in California, the seminal case that I already talked about happened at Disneyland. They say no. They say yes, he can be compensated. And the reason is because that operator is helping him get onto a ride, and he has no ability to control that ride. He's subjecting his body to the forces of that ride. And so as a result, they have a heightened standard of care, meaning they owe a much larger duty. They're easily liable in that situation. And because he was injured as a result of the ride, he can then sue, and a jury can determine how much his case is worth.
Interesting. All right. Thank you both for your insight this morning. Del Rio and Caraway, always great to see you. That's your Sidebar this morning.